Hello, traders. Dale Pinkert here on TradeGATEHub.com, powered by TradeView Markets, where you could trade everything. If you don't believe me, ask my partner here, Mike Venezia. You could do stocks, you could do crypto, you could do FX, you could do CFDs, whatever. Pick your poison. You could trade it all there at TradeView. So, Mike, good to talk to you today.
Morning.
I like to see when things can repeat themselves and if there's any significance. And back in January, we had earnings disappointment in Netflix here, left this huge gap. It was never really able to fill. And actually, this is where the market, S&Ps broke down under 45.50 around the same time frame. So this was really confirmation that there was going to be some type of sell-off drawdown in the market. And here we are again, deja vu, bro. I'm sure there's a lot of people stuck long Netflix that probably are going to cancel their subscriptions if they own the shares right here.
Well,
it's a broken stock, isn't it?
Well, it's a broken stock, and I'm going to hold on. And one of the biggest share. First of all, the CEO bought another 20. I posted on TradeGATEHub, bought another 20. Listen, I'm not. I don't know what the guy's net worth is. I think he could take the hit net. I don't know what he wants to walk away with in life, but he bought 20 million shares in January. And I'm going to share my screen in a second. Bill Ackman, or I posted it there. Bill Ackman took bought 3 million. Bought 3 million shares at an average price of like 400. I'm posting it now. You could see it on TradeGATEHub.
Yeah,
so
these
3 million
legends.
Shares down 120. That it's a big hit. So you know what? And I'm not here to pontificate. It's just getting back to what we do at TradeGATEHub. You know what I mean? I mean, a lot of money. A lot of people can put their money where their mouth is. It doesn't always mean they're right. The price action told you it was poor, but this is the thing about compounding. Bill Ackman's average price is what, 360. So he had to be very right in order for it to work. But if he's just, what are you going to do now? That, it turned into a Kathy Wood situation as you speak. You know what I mean?
And that reminds me a lot about Twitter and really the whole marketing aspect of the business, the FinTwit, financial industry. A lot of people have the misconception that if you're famous, you know how to invest and you know how to trade, when that's really not about the market. That's about marketing. Okay. I know Ackman has a big rep and, he's been wrong before. Chanos has been wrong before. They all have, which means you can't follow anyone blindly, even the billionaires.
This is the problem, Coach, with Wall Street. It's you only have to make it once, right?
Yeah.
And then
if you don't give it all back.
Okay, so you have people like Kathy Wood, you go back to Lane Garzarelli, you go back to, there are a couple of staples that are hung there. Abby Joseph hung there. I'm throwing back old names.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, and it's why I'm still in the game. If these people can still get it wrong, that means that it's a more fair of a playing field to a degree that allows me to even have a chance, if you will. So it's not, it's not like when I think it's not even going back to however many years, the old boys club. It's not like it's not the whisper thing anymore. There are people out there sharp people that pride themselves on wanting to get information out before these people, almost like a Robin, and I apologize for the cliche or the comparison, to get it out there. So I think, listen, Nancy Pelosi buys stocks left and right, Coach?
Yeah.
So she's not everybody. It seems like it's everybody, and I think they've let her do that because I don't. And by the way, she's underwater tremendously. So, and what allows me and what we want to confer at the TradeGATEHub is we go on good volume, we go on good price action. We want obviously a range because when you have volume and you have a range and you're wrong, you can at least have a chance to buy more, maneuver, or get out. But the long term. How do you tell a guy? How do you tell some people like I said, going back to the last month, I having more trepidation putting money to work for the 3 to 6 month. Listen, if I was really sharp, and I say that being self-deprecating, it's very good, a good trait to be humble in this business. I come in flat every day and I listen, I take out good money every day of the market. That's what I do. I'm pretty confident too in the day-to-day action. But I don't know. And you led this whole conversation. Here we are again. So here we are again.
Yeah. So here was January 20th. That's a 14th. There you go. Here's the 19th. Here's the 20th. So that's the last time that Netflix gapped down. It was not a good sign for the market. Look what happened afterwards. Now we're getting a little different reaction here, but I still don't think it's a positive sign for the market what Netflix is doing. And I think that both you and I have some real important areas coming up here around 45.20-ish or so, and 45.50 has been my pivot line. So I really think we're a couple of days from defining whether or not this is going to be a head and shoulders bottom, Mike, like a lot of people are saying, or just another failing rally and we head down again,
I agree with that. And
especially NASDAQ.
let me back that up or edify it. And by the way, anybody can I switch screens, Coach? Can I go to
Yeah,
mine?
go ahead. Show us your stuff. They've
my
seen
thing?
my stuff for a few days now. They've had enough of me.
Oh, you know what? I don't listen. I don't even, I was reluctant to even go back on here. So I don't want to call you hot because you're professional, but you know what I mean? You know what I'm going to say.
Yeah. Anyway, just one more thing before you take the screen. And
Okay,
I
go ahead.
just want it to be a lesson. All right. So people know I've been looking for a low since maybe around 110 in the euro, and I've made some attempts and a few have worked, and then it took out 110. And the week before I said, look for one more low on the ECB and that we could turn after it. So this was Thursday's action right here where they cleaned out the stops. And so for the last couple of days, I've been saying, if you had your stop under 108, you probably felt good for about 10 minutes. But all week it was trading right around 108, and you're going, I wonder if it's right if that stop was good. Maybe I should be back in. But they didn't get back in. And we had this divergence. And the best part about it is that the ECB could not have been any more dovish. They should have killed the euro. They took it down hard. I actually bought it this day a little early, but now I'm in profits. I think we're looking at the potential for a major low in the euro and an important high in the dollar.
All right.
That kicked in today. So I'd like you to grab your screen and just a couple other macro things. Is there some people, I think B of A, talking about they're recommending buying bonds today, Mike.
Yeah.
They're looking for
I saw that.
they're looking for yields to come back down towards I believe it's 230, which will, that's a half a point, that's half a
No,
bip
that's a statement.
back here.
Yeah, that's a statement.
You know what the question I have is, what's going to be the catalyst for it? Is the market going to see it as supportive? Lower rates maybe supports tech because they've been under pressure, actually held up well with the high rates over the last few weeks.
Actually, we started, one of my statements today was that the Qs didn't care about the Netflix. We had a nice move. The NASDAQ shrugged it off right away. I'm sorry to step on your toe there.
Oh, that's okay. And I've talked to other people that say if we do get a move down in interest rates, maybe even bigger than what B of A is looking for, the reason for it is going to be risk off. Why else would the bonds rally? Why would people go to bonds now? They're probably a good value after getting crushed, but any impetus may come from people being nervous about other financial assets. I just wanted to bring that up. So take the screen, buddy. And I do have some questions like, utilities fought the move in higher yields all the way up. I'm wondering if yields drop, maybe that won't be, it's counterintuitive, maybe won't be good for utilities.
There are a lot of, you know what? It seems like a market where everybody seems to be buying after they should have confirmation already, and that's why it's kind of a delayed reaction, in my opinion. Coach, can you let me share to take this thing off?
Yes, sir. There you go, buddy.
Share screen. Where are we? Where's TradeGATEHub? Here we are. Hold on, let me take this off. All right. The bottom line is this is what I posted. Today being Wednesday, let's go back And as I always say before, as we're getting more viewers than we are, I just, I'm trying to build either a tactical, a day trade, a swing trade to, maybe position here. So I'm trying to, to portray a lot of data right away. So let me just go on right here. All right. So the hottest guy right at the moment has been is Kalanovic. Okay.
Right.
So what he's saying is, hold on, let me get this here.
And he's been constructive, right?
Well, no, it's just, a lot he's just basically saying that a lot's been going on in the markets. You have aggressive Fed talk that's scaring people out or making a lot of things bidless, if you will. I mean, you have runaway commodity prices that still, you know what I mean? I don't even think everybody's on the all side that I'm waiting to buy the dip, which means I still think they got some in it. That's just me. What else do you have? You have a war in Europe. You have COVID reopening in some places. Now in the United States, you don't even you need a mask on to travel anymore. But Shanghai's losing more than so. I mean, it's proving good for the volatility. Although somehow the VIX is below 20 today, as I see. So as I said before, and which you've been giving the check marks, and I do appreciate it because it's basically you agreeing or agreeing with the statement. And we were saying for 2 weeks. From what I understand, and stocks may be setting up, Netflix is a microcosm just on a percentage move of if you're wrong, how wrong you can be. Right. We got Tesla tonight. So the trepidation in my mind of putting any long-term money or putting the line in the stand, if I want to buy an upstart or if I think this might be it for Twitter, although that obviously more news driven and more. If the Apple Apple's been a ping pong ball, no, for the past month?
Yes.
All right. So, the next 2 weeks is going to be through earnings. Unfortunately, it seems that every schedule that I put on a daily basis, somebody's speaking every day to throw, to shake you out. And I wouldn't mind that if the VIX was high, because that would give me a little bit more time to maneuver. But when somebody speaks and goes the opposite way with the VIX being so low, there's very few reversals and we get stuck in things. That's why people think it is so hard, if you will. So the smart money, from what I understand, and I obviously the smart money hasn't been exactly right because people were buying into Netflix that hasn't held. So I'm certainly not going to buy into these handful of stocks that are going into earnings. I'll wait for the confirmation because I don't know if this is a cliche. People will be redundant. I'm not going to apologize.
It's binary. That day is a binary event. So what do you want to do? You want to play black or red and be a roulette player or a trader?
And this is what we said in this morning when Gerard asked the question, says you wanted to take, and by the way, coach, anybody with any would say the same thing. And 99 out of 100 people agree. And I'm not saying it was Gerard. I thought about taking some too. I don't want to point him out either. And Lewis, I'm sure, has an itchy finger. So I said right here, and that was what? 3 hours ago, literally. No, I'm not going to buy Netflix. And that was at 9 o'clock. And like I said, I got a thick skin. You know what I mean? And I even for that, and it could have went the other way and I probably wouldn't have been upset, but this is a different situation. Margin calls it, Ackman owns, you don't know what this, like a Kathy Wood situation. Everybody's waiting till after the close to see if Ackman bought more or if the CEO doubled down. But, like I said, I'll take a wait and see approach. Obviously, this is a macro situation where it seems like it brought down the news, but we'll say right here about the Netflix. And by the way, I did post as I should, a lot of relevant information on stocks that had pin action later on today. ASML was one of them. Micron was up 2.5 at one point, didn't open up that good. IBM, by the way, I knew that we should have saw that coming, coach. We're boomers, right? Or whatever they call them, especially when Buffett took something after took a Hewlett Packard stake. You know what I mean? That way we didn't have to split the atom there, although there were sexier trades, but that told you something right there. Baker Hughes was down 2%. That took down, hold on a second, new share.
Yeah, I think the oils are played out for a while, Mike. With I disagree with what's his name, Kolachek.
Kovalov.
I think that's the old story. The old story. Not that it won't reemerge again, But I think you have people way too heavy on the other side of the boat. The bullishness in commodities. I hear people talking about cotton that never even knew there was a futures contract on cotton.
Touche.
So I haven't seen this type of action where people have just been so bullish commodities and bearish everything else.
Okay, but
So
I want to beg to differ on that statement of commodities. Not necessarily that he's that bullish on commodities. Where can I get this? It's right here, believe me, because it should be on media. Here he is.
yeah,
He actually says, if investors, he says there are growth stocks that sold off sufficiently, and there are value stocks that are now growth stocks. He says, on the growth side, most international growth. Bottom line is, he's saying that he doesn't value commodities that much anymore.
okay,
He's
okay,
saying that he doesn't like commodity. The CFs,
I
the
get it.
Mosses of
Yes,
the world have become the net.
yeah.
They've
He's
already
saying people are afraid
moved
of
in.
things that they shouldn't be afraid of right now.
That's correct. They might get into it. They might get into it. Into a stage where they call
Yeah.
it 2 or 3, and go like this before. And by the way, he does. He says on the bottom, an example: China technology stocks, many of which have made all-time low multiples and hence offer value. By the way, I haven't stuck my toe in yet, but as we saw like a couple of weeks ago, they have it in them. I'm not necessarily saying to keep average down. We're going to look at what Baba JD does naturally, but he's not. And by the way, this is only one opinion. He has been very, very right, but he's not very that bullish on.
I'll give you another opinion. Peter Goodburn, who's been on here a few times,
Okay.
and the only bullish structure he sees across the world is Shanghai.
Well,
There you go.
I don't even think it's because it's that depressed or hasn't popped yet, or
they're easing.
I think it's a little bit more cerebral or monetary, or it's more substantiated than a speculation. That's all. Agree?
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway,
okay.
Going forward, like for the next, okay, this is an important night. But the information that I keep posting, or is everything from a macro view to being specific. Obviously, I am in specific trades, and I said, like I said right here, read these. I can post 1,000 things. This is not what I will think will help, but what I know will. So I'm never really short or long biased. I'm always mixed. These are irrelevant. I can post a lot of things, and these are what I believe are relevant to what's going on right now. I don't think you would beg to differ. Weekly advisor sentiment. And the other day, didn't we post 2 days ago? The sentiment was the lowest it's been since 1992.
Yeah, got that info from you right here
yesterday.
Yeah.
Obviously, the market has not that much of a memory, and I wish we would have held. We're not doing anything. We're not cracking, but just like you said, here we are again. So weekly sentiment back on, CTA exposure. They're very, very underweight NASDAQ. Be careful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would. Well, whatever. It's like I said, they're stock selective at this point. Netflix, obviously.
Aren't the leadership the last few weeks has been mainly defensive? You talk about this all the time in the trading room. You list the stocks that are the performers, and then afterwards you say not good. Do you say not good because of what they represent?
I should know. You know what? I say that subconsciously, being biased, maybe for, I don't know, everybody likes 4-letter stocks, technology, or the sexier ones, or the ones that make the good moves. But in fact, these are the ones that are making good moves. Is a Procter and Gamble. When I say, oh no, maybe as a basically a 50-year-old, and knowing that when I see Procter and Gamble has so many other trickle effects that I never necessarily see on a day-to-day basis in the movements of stocks, but maybe having longer term effects, meaning rates, my interest account, whatever it may be. So when I see this happening, when I'm like I posted this morning, when I'm posting, Campbell Soup, which is a top 10 mover, which I've been bullish on KHC. I mean, this might as well, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
And that's why I say, oh no. When
I think you say not go because they're defensive stocks leading the way.
Walmart's instead of to me. Yeah, this is no.
Let's see the utilities, and because this is quite an interesting aberration. So they went up with yields spiking. And this move in yields, Mike, it has the greatest velocity I've seen in a long time. Almost felt like there was something systemic going on.
Okay, but
And
here we are,
go ahead.
exactly, Coach. Here we are right now as of basically a normal Wednesday afternoon. When I'm seeing things like I haven't seen the lower investment since 1992, statistical fact, edified on
Right.
many things. You said just something 5 seconds ago. I've never seen.
Yeah.
When guys, and by the way, we're passionate. We do absorb a lot in the market. I'm not talking like I've never seen. We're talking about.
They're rare.
They're rare when pros say I haven't seen a lot of different things in a lot of different financial instruments crowded into one area in one time without, besides obviously there's inflation and a war going on, but listen, the war we feel is going to be dragged on. We believe we know that. That's an opinion. And we've known all these things for a while now, right? The inflation, this is nothing new. So when we've known these things for some time, but yet professionals have been saying, I've never seen this, that's not really a good combination to take a real good long-term stand. No?
Yeah. So are you sitting on more cash than usual?
Yes, I am.
Okay. I figured you would be.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not adding. I'm in some losers. I'm not adding. I'm in the stocks. I always reevaluate, Coach. Maybe I do it on a weekly or a monthly basis because they're more they're more, they're more bigger stocks. But if I go into Nutella, which I saved us 7 figures, getting out of this thing, right? Remember this at 100?
Yeah.
Now it's 55.
Yeah. And it was hard to get out at 100, but what a great thing to do. Yeah. It's hard to get out of take a loss.
How about Overstock? I mean, I still have a couple of thousand shares left. They had 11,000 shares. I got it at 55. I could have been 37. That's a 6-figure move. Now I'm going to reevaluate. Would I buy it here? Like you said, would am I in cash? Would I take a stab at Overstock here? Absolutely. Do I think it's going to turn around? I don't know. I don't have an ego. I don't have that much. I'll sell it and put new money to work, but I'm not going to add here. And it's going to need a catalyst. It's going to need me to show something to believe in it again. It's not one of these micro caps. It's a big stock. And you know what I mean? It's just going to have to prove something. It's not actually near there, but it's not doing much. It's in a range. Am I going to go buy more of Run right here? Here's a weekly of Run. It's not breaking new lows. It's got 100 in it. It's got 10 in it. I'm not adding to it. I don't think it's acting that badly. If it gets over 27, I'll add. And listen, these long-term funds have turned into, I'm paying more attention to these than I am a day-to-day basis. Day-to-day basis, I don't flinch. And that's what I should. That's my acumen. But, I'm not alone here with somebody. I'm not going to take a position in Netflix. I mean, I got to ask them. I leave that to the professionals. You know what I mean? Am I going to
leave that to the amateurs?
What am I going to do in Square? It was looking beautiful. No, I will. But last Square goes from bullish. I want to add to this thing, bullish to bearish every day.
Yeah. Let me ask you something. Say B of A is right about yields peaking. And one of the sectors that really got punished is housing. So if there is some type of bear market rally and yields pull back, could there be some type of trade on the long side of housing stocks?
Yes, absolutely. And
okay, because they've been punished about 40% or so. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Zillow. What is this? April 22nd? Let's go back 1 year ago today. 153. It's 46. A third.
Yeah. So maybe we could get rallies back to the green moving average.
Well, let's go to the bottom. Maybe we can, and let's go back to the best of breed. Let's go back to Lennar. Negative night. You know what? Okay. Yeah, I'd be trying. I'm trying. I probably want to cover some of the pullback right away. That's Square to me. You can go either way in any day. Let's look at a toll. All right. So the leader's selling. Let's look at Pulte Homes. That's the funky one. Who's in this big is Tepper. This is Tepper's.
Tepper's good.
Pulte Homes, interesting. KBH, which is a small little spec stock. All right, so it made a move from. All right, not bad. So you know what, Coach? Maybe you're right. You got,
okay, how about REITs? I know a lot of people go to REITs. You ever trade REITs, Mike?
Do I? Not really.
Okay.
If I have, if I'm trading REITs, then I'm going to be trading Procter and Gamble.
Okay, I got it. Same thing. Okay. Can you think of another group that's been under pressure because of higher yields, and that might get some relief if yields do come back down a bit.
Everything else we thought, besides all the stocks
Tech,
we mentioned, everything else.
everything. You're
Retail,
right, probably
technology, biotechnology, maybe, but you know what? These stocks have been hanging in here, Coach. Look at Marriott. Why is that going up like that?
Yeah,
Apparently,
because everyone.
apparently it's going to be their biggest reopening ever. I'm in some car. Look at the car today.
Nice.
I have 100 shares.
Breakout.
I'm still. Where am I? I'm long.
It just broke out today.
Yeah, I sold whatever. I sold. I'm up 35 points in it. Let's look at UAL Lewis, getting better every day. It needs a little rest, Lewis.
Trying.
Needs a little rest, but if you want to buy some airlines, go in the Jets. Go in the Jets ETF as it settles here a little bit. Maybe, you know what I mean. And then you build yourself around a core one, like a Delta maybe. Look at Delta. My God. Wow. FedEx was on my list today. And by the way, when I said FedEx was an but it's trying. What's Hertz doing? I'm looking at I'm long all this car on that. I sold some of it. And Hertz. And why didn't I buy Hertz on the trade? When I bought car this morning, I should have been buying Hertz at 23.15. Now it's 24. This is a thin stock. It was one of these bankrupt ones. Stock could rip. I'm going to be in Hertz maybe later. So let's go back in here. Let's go back to our room, and we'll give everybody here maybe a plan on what's going forward. And the best thing about this is we can go to stocks, indices, stocks. I don't even have to move anything. I canceled one of my subscriptions, 200 a month prescription. I can afford it, and I'm not being arrogant. I write it off, blah, blah, blah. Matter of fact, the CEO pays for it. Thank you, brother. Let's go right here. This is all we got to look at. Top U.S. gainers today. As of 11:30, percentage change. Here we go. See ALVR. See that ALVR? Yeah. Let's go right here. Trading room. Hold on. Please. I'm just saying that hold on. And it's relevant because it's one of the few that I actually pointed out today, ALVR. So what I'm saying is I didn't trade it, but we're trying to put you, like we're saying, we're giving you the menu to eat, so to speak. Added some car. How you doing?
All right. I want to talk about dessert now. I think there may have been a turn, a low put in Bitcoin this week. And I know you trade crypto related stocks, Mike. Are you seeing anything positive there in coin or any of the other ones that I've seen you trade before?
Well, yeah, Overstock. That's a crypto. I'm hoping
that. Yeah. Okay.
That's in the crypto sector. But you know what? As everybody knows, this was the one at my favorite one, SI, Silver Lake Capital. That's my favorite one. That had earnings the other day. And by the way, I'd buy that on a dip. That is the ASML of crypto. It's not Hertz breaking high. Seriously, everybody do their own diligence, because you know what? You're going to be educated on what this company does. And it's like it's almost impervious. Do your due diligence. It had earnings the other day where it ran like that. So let's go to Riot. You know what I mean? What are you going to do here? Maybe it goes back to 15 strike price. No, they're doing nothing now. Mara. Coin. We're in it. I'm not going to lie. We're in it. I'm not going to add. Okay. You know what I mean? I'm not going to.
It is diverging, but today doesn't look so great.
I can't be averaging down here, Coach. I got what I got.
Yeah.
But you know what? This could very easily turn into this.
Yeah.
At this level. From 1,800 to 500, I can't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah, I tell you, these are markets.
But it's wrong. I have a fiduciary responsibility. I can't do it. UPS breaking high. Well, you know what I mean? So let's get back to what else did you want? You want dessert. What's dessert? Dessert is this. Dessert is this. Just like all the banks are breaking higher. Key Corp, USB, Morgan Stanley. Anybody hold this? One of my favorite ones. We're in it. Citibank. Remember all that option flow going off?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the dessert today, and let me go back to TradeGate.
So financials acting pretty good.
They are. This is dessert. Dessert is Tesla. Okay. Tesla tonight.
Tesla.
You know what I mean? Why?
That's more like happy hour for me.
Okay, so the prudent thing to do, happy hour, yeah, true. There's the chart. The prudent thing to, and you know what? It's almost like a square. Obviously, they're different charts, but it's a fit. You want to talk about binary? That's binary. The good thing is it has a lot of technical algo support, if you will. But the negative is algos can skew a headline dramatic. Actually, it could be a good thing, because if they skew the headline the wrong way, you're going to get some good prices. So that's all we need. Now we'll go to our, this is, just go to write down Tesla and go with what goes with it. I'm looking at my screen. I apologize. So the bottom line is, that's it. So
Okay.
I listen to my train of thought to a degree, but you get the picture.
All right. I always get the picture, and I also get a lot of great insights from you, not just on your streams that you do individually or we do together, but in the trade room, in the main
Right.
trade room
Yeah,
here at
definitely.
TradeGATEHub.com.
Definitely.
So, I want to invite people to come and bring your questions to Mike and me and become part of it. Iron sharpens iron,
True.
and we're willing to share what we've learned, and it might help you avoid some, stepping on landmines.
Well,
So,
we want to shorten the learning curve. The bottom line is, if you really have the dedication, and I've yet to find the person, and I know a lot of sharp people, a lot sharper than me, that I'm thankful for, that I've yet to find the person that can write an algo, flip the switch, and make money. Yeah. And by the way, if like my cliche in life, it was easy, it wouldn't be fun. But with experience like me, like yourself, myself, Tim, JK got it this morning. The bottom line is, we're here to put you in it. You know what I mean? We're giving you, if you want to play golf, you buy some, you watch Tiger Woods videos, and if you don't know anything about golf, we're saving you the time of looking where to go. Maybe you find 100 people and you watch 100 different people. We're putting it, boom. We're putting you on the front. We're putting you on the front line. I don't mean to be insensitive about what's going on in the war. We're putting you right on the front line.
And you've curated your Twitter list again. So come in here, and Mike's willing to share his Twitter list.
I mean,
that's
please
going to
do.
save you
I mean, it's a
months
list
to
of
try and
50
find the right people.
It's a list of 51 people. These people traded very high levels. Trader Stewie, 350,000. Trader Mo, 70,000. Lisa Abramowitz, 260. You got 80. Mark Minaveri, 300. So, and these are people, by the way, these are not, these people, I might get into writing again, but these are not people that want to formulate a plan. Suppose I follow 50 people, 51 people, 10 people might be for very active movers. 10 other people might be for good overnighters. 5 people might be for wonderful futures traders. 10 of them, the 12 of them might be wonderful swing traders. 10 of them might be economists. Then I got an earnings guy. So, you know what I mean? It's a perfect amalgamation of for you to turn on the screen, whether it's day trading, swing term, or long term, for you to build a plan and maybe build off something here, and to take money out of the market, hopefully net every day, and make a living. That's it.
And look what Mark Minervi says right here. He was written about by Jack Schwager in Market Wizards. And Jack, I said to Jack, what is the most important thing you could say to traders now? And he said, find a trading style that suits your personality. Okay, maybe you don't like overnight risk, you day trade.
And me, I like go to bed at 3, waking up at 3:50 and getting the. That's what
I can't relax unless I have something to worry about. How about you, Mike?
I'm in therapy about that. So I'll get back to you.
All right. Well,
I'm trying to flip that cycle the other way.
All right. Well, thank you so much, man, for hanging out with me, and great calls, and appreciate what you do here. And I've learned quite a bit from you in the last year and a half. I appreciate it.
No, the vice versa, Coach. This is not. Listen, we're not a placating room. I'm a straight shooter, and I actually believe in a little bit of the tough love to a degree when it comes to trading. I sympathize. I've been there. By the way, is that BITO taking action, the crypto fund, BITO. A lot of calls going off, if you see. But you know what? I don't forget. I've been there. Some people took the time for me. I go through periods where I question myself, and if I didn't, I wouldn't be human or natural. I'm human. We're there for you. You know what I mean? I don't want to sound like I'm being dramatic, but that's how I feel.
Mark Minervi said he's right a little better than 50% of the time. So there's a market wizard with a 50% hit rate. except he knows how to let his 50% winners more than make up for his 50% losers.
Yes, and the first thing that I think about and last thing I think about before I get to bed is extending that, because I have a very high win rate, but you know what? But I don't have. I try to work. Make what's so funny.
Oh, I know it's my weakness.
You know, I try to extend the winners. That's all. But I
Yeah.
hate that. The losers bother me. You know what I mean? They bother
Yeah.
me. You know what I mean? I'd rather mosquito. I'd rather. They bother me.
I have first daylight syndrome, so I only take half. So I don't take myself completely out of the trade. But you have to form new paradigms sometimes. So I'm still working on mine, Mike.
Me too.
Well, thank you, bro.
There's RAD. You too, Coach. Have a good day.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna post the earnings. Gerard's gonna finish maybe after happy hour. Come back and post some other things. All right. Okay. So we have Tesla. As I said, any questions I ask actually before I post the data. If you missed it, go and press the red button on the top here on TradeGATEHub. Go over what we said. Go over what we said the past week. We try to get better. All right, touche, Coach. Thanks for your time. Thanks for covering for me yesterday too. Everyone trade well. Have a plan. We'll see you a little bit later.
Cheers. Good hunting. Adios.